wedding, Richie.
Yeah, Richie. What's wrong with you?
Go ahead, quickly, because I gotta move on. I got a ton of stuff to get.
You invited everybody in the newsroom except Lisa G.
Yeah.
Is this a long-standing feud?
It's not a feud. It's just that
But you're singling her out.
you invite people that I hang out with Shuli. I like John a lot. I want to hang out more with John.
Why?
Lisa is just, I don't know, she's kind
You
of,
should have invited Lisa.
in my personal opinion, she's kind of a dud.
Invite, I can bang her at your wedding.
Ronnie would do that.
Yeah, I would. Right on the table.
And I'll be there with a microphone.
Yeah. No, you're not working that night. You'll be dancing like at the Christmas party.
All right, guys.
Drunken bitch.
Listen, you two will probably be all over each other at the fucking wedding.
Yes,
You'll see.
they'll be
Yeah.
Ronnie
Oh,
and John.
yeah.
Yeah, weren't they slow dancing together at the Christmas party?
Yeah,
Yeah, we
I-
would.
That was
you
before.
were.
That was before.
That
Yeah,
was before Ronnie turned into the Intimidator.
Yeah, number 3. That's why you're wearing headphones to say number 3 on them.
All right.
You're
thank you.
scared. Look at you.
Yeah, I'm scared of you.
Look at you. I didn't say you were scared. I mean, that's what you've been putting up all over the place.
I said
You've been intimidated.
No, you're like a paper. You're like a paper tiger. You're a paper tiger. You'll go on Twitter and say stuff, but then out in the halls
Dude,
you'll
I'm
just say
saying
no
it right
comments.
here. I'm saying it right here. What
Paper
are you fucking
tiger.
talking about?
Paper tiger.
Bullshit artist.
All
Bullshit
right, Ronnie.
artist.
Thank you.
Thank
guys,
you, Ronald.
All right, I got to take a break. We'll be back in a few minutes. I got to calm down from all this nonsense. Goodbye.
John,
Yes.
the relationship between you and Ronald Munn has become quite contentious. I think it's safe to say that. It's fair to say that.
I thought we were getting along well. I mean, we did get along well at the Christmas party. And then since then, it's kind of deteriorated because he finds me very annoying. I feel like I'm just doing my job. And sometimes I egg him on a little bit on Twitter or in person, but his venom is really something. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it.
Well, I think what offends you the most is that the attacks have become personal. It's not about the job that you're doing all the time now. It's about you calling you a dummy, a jerk.
An idiot.
Right.
Yeah, dummy, jerk, idiot. And the funny thing is that he's trying to attack my work and the credibility of my stories, but he hasn't once been able to say that any story I put on the air wasn't true or wasn't accurate. So that's one part. He hasn't been able to discredit any of my stories. So then he resorts to the name calling. The idiot, the jerk, the moron. To me, that's out of line, and I think you heard Howard agree with that too.
Fuck him. That's what I said.
Howard pointed to the fact that you're angry with John for simply doing his job. Do you agree with that?
No.
Why not? Explain.
He keeps making these statements that he's got sources and times and dates and shit. I don't ask to see it. I didn't ask for your source, dipshit.
But that's what journalists
Let me see.
do.
Let me see the times and the dates and where I was. Okay, Mr. Journalist asshole.
What?
Let me see the times and the dates.
Journalist asshole.
And grabs these times and these dates.
And I said I would answer yes or no if I was there.
But at the end of the day, will that change your opinion on John Lieberman?
No, you're still an asshole.
Sometimes when discussions like these happen, it can resolve some tension, some issues. Do you feel like any of that occurred between you and Gary today? Did it relieve anything? Was it good to air it out in the open?
No, because it could have escalated to something even bigger. I know that, you know that, and I tried to take the high road, but when asked a question, I'm gonna give the best honest answer that I can. And I know when you go to talk to him, he's gonna give a snide remark or say something snarky or something, try to put me down, and I don't care. Look, you either like somebody or you don't like the person, and you can't like everybody. It's impossible. And not everybody's gonna like you. So the people that like me, great, cool. The people that don't like me, if there are those people out there, they're chicken shits and pussies for coming at me with smiles and talking behind my back.
I said I thought I was being nicer to him, and I said I thought he's changed in the last year or two, and I think those are both positive things. I don't know if he saw them as positives.
Prior to that, during times when you said Richie had a big chip on his shoulder, what was it like to be around him?
You got to watch what you say because he gets angry. He just, you can piss him off. And I was sort of like, well, I'm in charge here. Why do I have to walk on eggshells around him? But he doesn't really work for me, so I don't really have any power over him. And so it's just a matter of coexisting and getting the job done, which I think we've done. However we feel about each other, I will say this: it's never affected the job that either one of us has done here.
As far as your relationship with Gary and some of the things that happened in the past, do you feel as if he's glossing over them and choosing not to remember them the same way as you, or do you think he legitimately doesn't realize that he was rude to you on several occasions?
I think there's a big case of selective memory here. I think he remembers things the way he wants to remember them. Hey, look, how many times during the show will he come in and say, oh, I know, it's this, and he's dead wrong. Selective memory, I'm just calling it with that.
Some of the things that he pointed to as far as maybe comments you made or ways you treated him, you don't seem to remember them the same way.
Well, I think that when, we all break each other's balls here, right? So the comment, like when after the Giants parade, I could see you be one of those guys. Like Will and I and a lot of people can make that comment. So if you like each other, it's a funny comment. If you don't like each other, then you take it very personally. I probably made the comment liking him, not knowing he didn't like me. So I think that if you don't like somebody, everything they say is magnified.
Merman. Yo. It doesn't seem as though things got resolved. I mean, you guys are cool, but you still believe there was some underlying beef.
Listen, this is clearly a move, like a fuck you move, to me. He could say it's, what was his excuse again? Oh, I didn't invite him to my wedding, and then Rachel and Jason are close, but, when fucking Scott's getting invited, John Lieberman, who's probably been here less than a year, I hung out with Richie I've been here over 10 years, and we hung out all the time early on. And yes, I didn't invite him to my wedding, but I didn't invite a lot of people here. He seems to have invited everybody but 3 people. So when Tabitha Stevens is invited to the wedding, and I'm not, like, how can I not be like, well, what the fuck? That's definitely a fuck you to you.
As far as Will's lack of invitation, I think the one thing that got to him is the fact that there are only, 4 people, or he's one of the uninvited 4. Whereas with his wedding, I think he had to make a lot more cuts, just given his scenario. Do you see it from his perspective at all?
I kind of can, but also when you come out and say, wow, I wasn't invited to your wedding, grow up.
Yes.
There you go. And I've known Will a lot longer than you have. So what right does he have to get pissed at me? I mean, I'm not mad at the guy. I respect him for the fact that he came in and he said what he had to say. Like, that takes balls to do. And I respect that about the guy.
Steve-O, who's become lost in this limited list of the uninvited.
Right.
Is yourself.
Yeah.
An innocent guy, a guy who goes about his business for the most part around here.
For the most part.
Pretty much gets along with everyone.
Yeah.
Do you feel hurt by your diss?
See, it's very weird. At the beginning of the day, somebody came around and said, were you invited to Richie Wilson's wedding? And I said, no, but that's okay. I wouldn't expect to be. And I kind of felt pretty much what Richie said on the air, where, like, we get along, but I wouldn't expect to be invited to the wedding. Then, like, as it goes on, they go, all right, Will's not invited. Well, let me go. Lisa G's not invited, who I know Richie doesn't like. Gary's not invited, who I know Richie doesn't like. Will's not invited.
He's a heroin addict.
I don't think he remembers we're doing a show.
Maybe he thinks we're on K-Rock and there's a 15-minute commercial.
Is that by the vending machine, maybe?
Artie, in here? Why don't you go in and tell Howard where we're at? Probably went to the deli. Nobody can find him.
Where's Artie?
No clue.
What?
No clue. I went out. I figured.
Did you check the bathroom?
Here's what happened. I figured that he was meandering around in the hallway, maybe talking to Tabitha or something. Went out there, didn't see him. I said to everybody, "Where's Artie?" And somebody goes, "Oh, Ronnie goes, he's in the lobby." So I go to the lobby. Artie's not anywhere. Now the cameras are following me. I go to the bathroom. I yell, "Artie, in there?" No Artie. We looked in the kitchen. We think he might have gone down to get something to eat.
Oh, my God.
I don't know.
Does he have his ID with him? Maybe?
He's been doing a weird thing. Like even that thing with the cupcakes yesterday. Like, it used to be I would say, "Artie, we're on," and he'd go, "Oh," and he'd run in, and Artie was out there eating a cupcake, and it was the weirdest thing he did was, "You're on doing the show," and I said, "We're on." And he goes, "Okay," and he's eating this cupcake, and he eats like half of it, and then he threw the rest of it back in with the uneaten cupcakes.
Oh.
Wow.
He's been acting strange.
Uh-oh.
What do you think?
What do I think? I'm always the guy that thinks everything's okay. I don't know. Where's his bag? Is it here?
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't leave.
I can tell you he didn't leave because I know he's got a business meeting, and the person he's meeting with is here, sitting in the green room waiting for him. So he didn't leave.
So he probably went down to get something to eat, and he can't get out of there, or he can't get back up in the building.
Maybe it's a long line.
But we have all kinds of people up here he could send down.
I know.
So he doesn't miss the show.
It's funny, isn't it?
I think he likes to do it on his own.
He does. He likes to get his own food.
I think he likes to feel like he's free.
No, I think he likes to order things in a way that he doesn't trust other people to order them for him. You know what I mean? Like I want
because
a
his
bagel.
order is so complicated.
Have you ever heard of a phone?
I don't know.
Why don't we call his cell phone and see if he picks up?
You know Artie doesn't pick up
What's
his cell
the
phone,
restaurant
right?
he usually goes to?
Artie doesn't pick up his cell phone.
Oh, he doesn't.
Now, what's the restaurant he usually goes to? Maybe we can call him and see if he's standing in line.
Is usually where he goes.
What's wrong with you? They're going crazy in there. The show's been on for like 20 minutes already. A little light. I love you, man. Great.
Oh, there he is. What happened to you? You missed the whole gossip game.
I tell you, man. Oh, shit.
He did get food. Look at him.
I got lightheaded on the fucking...
What?
A guy looked at me on the elevator. I got like lightheaded on the elevator.
Well,
And I'm like, I like lost a little time.
you should have said like, yeah, I haven't eaten in 5 minutes.
I don't know. I guess he said my forehead was red or something, and I'm like, just my
So
forehead?
what did they do with you? How come-
Nothing. He said, why don't you sit down? So I sat down, and I think the guy was overreacting a little bit.
You
First
lost time?
First I thought he was a fan, like, fucking with me.
Well, get closer to the mic, because I don't want to miss this.
Where'd you go in
fucking
the
story.
first place, though? Like when you left?
I went down to get French toast.
Oh, okay. But it was during a commercial break.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know our commercial breaks aren't that long.
Towards the end, well, yeah, no, I mean, I would have been back up here in a reasonable amount of time if this.
Wait a second. Where is there an escalator, first of all?
Oh, all the way down.
Yeah, all
you
the-
have to go all the way down to the first
To
floor.
get down to the Cafe Metro.
Okay. So you get on the escalator, and you blanked out? Like blacked out?
Like what happened was this kid probably saw. I thought there was like a wall there, you know, like when you lean back and you think there's a little more to support you or something.
On the escalator?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was higher up.
You almost
Why
went
would
over the
wall,
side?
there'd be a wall on the escalator?
You mean you almost went over the
Well, you
side of
know,
the escalator?
I guess I would have. And it wasn't like a kid. He must have been like 40-ish or something. But he said, "Are you okay, man?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Well, you look woozy."
Woozy.
And I was like, I think I'm all right. Yeah, and I don't know. I said, actually, I'm feeling kind of lightheaded now that you mention it. And he said, why don't you sit down?
What did he see you doing? That let him-
Almost falling over the escalator wall?
He said I was sort of like nodding off.
Nodding off.
He said I looked like I was falling asleep.
What's today's date?
April 19th.
What year? It's 2011. I hope you know that.
1985.
Yeah, we've done 3 years.
You just missed. This is our last show.
Did I miss baseball practice?
The Yankees lost.
So you got like.
The kid scared the shit out of me, and then I thought he was fucking with me, and he's like,
Then you
"What
lost
is-"
track of time.
Well,
So?
it was weird. Like I felt like I felt like stuff stood still for a bit, and then I
Like the guy in Heroes.
I don't know. I wish I knew that reference. I don't
Yeah.
know. But I was fine. And he goes, your forehead's red, and you seem hot. And,
How could he see your forehead? You got a baseball cap on.
Yeah.
He was looking at me right to the front. It was looking like it was like an inch from my face.
Oh my goodness!
I thought it was a fan fucking with me. I really did. But then he was like, "No, you should sit down." But
Maybe
then
you're
there was
about to break through to 300 pounds, and that's what happens when
But
you get
then
to
there
the
was nowhere to sit. So I said, "Where am I going to sit?" So we went, in cafe.
Kanto style on the floor.
Yeah, like that.
a Hindu.
First of all, it would have taken me an hour to get up from that. So I
Cross your feet.
he was a nice guy, and we went into Cafe Metro, and he said, "Sit down on this table," and I did for about 15 seconds. And I said, "I'm okay." And I actually told him, I said, "You should." I said, "Do you know I'm on the Howard Stern show?" And he goes, "No, I know Sirius and this guy." I said, "You should call into the show and discuss my symptoms."
Oh, my
Yeah, where is that guy?
I don't know. He wearing a suit, looked like a presentable gentleman.
Does it bother you at all that you can't make it downstairs to the restaurant to get your French toast?
Well, I don't think it was. I wasn't out of breath.
Can't you send somebody down for that? I mean, why should you get any exercise at all? We got to feed you like Jabba the Hutt.
I should send somebody down.
Of course.
Yeah, they were saying like you had some special order, but French toast is French toast, isn't
Yeah,
it?
I mean, yeah, you can't fuck that up. Everyone, just for the record, everyone here thinks you thought right then and there you were back on heroin, but me.
Yeah, you're over.
I'm the only one.
Because I was gone for a minute.
Yeah. They already had you back on the big H.
What was I? And I was away.
You know what
doing
I
it?
thought? I thought you had wandered out of the building. You don't know where you are anymore.
You thought I was scoring?
Yeah. No, we thought you already had it.
There was some guy supposed to meet you on the corner of 49th, and he was late or something.
There's a guy on floor 18 who's a dealer.
Joe, you're on the air in Lyndhurst.
Hey.
Hey.
How you doing?
Okay.
Hey, Artie's got to go. He's turning gay here with his girlfriend now.
Yeah, he wouldn't get on the couch with Tabitha.
That was weird.
She wanted to really do him up.
He's got to go. He's got to team up with Imus.
You're afraid of Tabitha, huh?
No, it's not sex. It's not, we're not having sex together. We're sitting there like two jerk-offs.
He's right.
I mean, yeah, we're not fucking.
But, you're an actor, Artie.
Right. Do a love scene. Jim, you're on the air.
Because that's what I want to do.
Hey, Howard. Howard, I was the first caller this morning. We got disconnected.
Look at that French toast going.
I know. He's
Drenched.
still going right to the French toast.
Bro, how many maple
Only two.
Just eat it without the syrup. It's so good.
I don't put butter on it.
Look at that. What is it? What kind of bread is that it's so moist
It's
and
that
big?
challah.
Is that challah?
Yeah, I mean,
some of that Jew bread.
They make an extraordinary French toast at this point.
Oh, my God.
That's definitely good stuff.
Look at that. Ooh. Looks like it'd melt in your mouth.
Yeah, but it looks like it's almost like the French toast is there in spite of the syrup.
Right.
There's so much.
It's trying to survive.
Yeah, there's more syrup than there is French toast.
The ratio. Yeah, it's too drippy.
Dude, you haven't stopped eating all morning. What'd you have before this? You were having a whole major feast this morning.
All right, after this we weigh him. He's got to be 300, right?
What did you have this morning before the French toast?
Well, you had the bagel.
Yeah, with the butter.
You can have a bagel without butter. It's too dry.
A little heroin, maybe?
2 Linden's potato chips.
Right.
No,
yes.
no, cookies.
How many Hawaiian punches?
3. It's been a 3 Hawaiian punch day.
Can we weigh you after this?
Can we weigh you?
I'm not going to get on your stupid weigh machine.
Yeah, Robin wants you to hit 300 before she crashes her car and dies.
I want to see it before I go.
I want to see it.
Your dying wish.
Artie's going to eat himself to death. I'm going to crash in a car.
If anything will put 6 pounds on you in one eating session, it's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of syrup, bro. Put more syrup on.
He didn't have enough. They only gave him 2 packets.
No,
I'm talking about the bread, too, though.
Yeah, look at that big, thick bread, and it's all eggs and fried.
And they cook it in butter.
And grease.
This is what they found up Elvis's ass when they died.
Yeah, Elvis, right before the head hit the toilet bowl, he was vomiting up his French toast.
I saw like a 2-hour documentary on what they found in Elvis's ass.
Oh, my God.
Tonight on Geraldo, we go inside Elvis's ass for the last time.
Fried peanut butter and bananas.
Yeah.
Guy probably didn't shit in a month.
Who won the gossip game?
Fred.
Fred.
I mean,
Did he
didn't
really?
miss
Get
anything.
out of here.
Always. Is that more
there's
syrup?
more syrup for you.